Good day everyone, myself Tripti Mishra. Today we are going to discuss NCERT book questions of class 9th, chapter 2, Is Matter Around Us Pure? In NCERT book, page number 15, question number 1 is, what is meant by a pure substance? As you know, a pure substance is one which is made up of only one kind of particles. These particles may be atoms or molecules. For example, sulfur is made up of only one kind of particles called sulfur atoms. Therefore, sulfur is a pure substance. Similarly, water is made up of only one kind of particles that are called molecules, water molecules. Therefore, water is also a pure substance. In fact, all the elements and compounds are pure substances because they contain only one kind of particles. A pure substance is homogeneous throughout its mass. A pure substance cannot be separated into other kind of matter by any physical processes. A pure substance has a fixed composition as well as a fixed melting point and boiling point. So here in the short we can write a pure substance is the one that consists of a single type of particles. All constituent particles of the substance have the same chemical nature. Pure substances can be classified as elements or compounds. In NCERT book, page number 15, question number 2 is, list the points of differences between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. As we know, homogeneous mixtures has a uniform composition throughout its mass, while heterogeneous mixture does not have a uniform composition throughout its mass. A homogeneous mixture has no visible boundaries of separation between the various constituents. In the heterogeneous mixture has visible boundaries of separation between the various constituents. The constituents of a homogeneous mixture cannot be seen easily, while the constituents of a heterogeneous mixture can usually be seen easily. So here in short, we can write a homogeneous mixture is a mixture having a uniform composition throughout the mixture. For example, salt in water, sugar in water, copper sulfate in water. A heterogeneous mixture is a mixture having a non-uniform composition throughout the mixture. For example, sodium chloride and iron filling, salt and sulfur, oil and water. In NCERT book, page number 18, question number 1 is, differentiate between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures with example. Those mixtures in which the substances are completely mixed together and are indistinguishable from one another are called homogeneous mixture. A homogeneous mixture has a uniform composition throughout its mass. It has no visible boundaries of separation between the various constituents. A mixture of sugar in water called sugar solution is a homogeneous mixture because all the parts of the sugar solution have the same sugar-water composition and appear to be equally sweet. There is no visible boundaries of separation between sugar and water particles in a sugar solution. A mixture of two or more mixable liquids is also a homogeneous mixture. For example, a mixture of alcohol and water is a homogeneous mixture. All the homogeneous mixtures are called solutions. While if we discuss about the heterogeneous mixture, those mixtures in which the substances remain separate and one substance is spread throughout the other substance as small particles, droplets or bubbles are called heterogeneous mixtures. A heterogeneous mixture does not have a uniform composition throughout its mass. It has visible boundaries of separation between the various constituents. The mixture of sugar and sand is a heterogeneous mixture because different parts of this mixture will have different sugar-sand compositions. Some parts of the mixture will have more of the sugar particles, whereas the other parts will have more of the sand particles. There is a visible boundary of separation between sugar and sand particles. The suspensions of solids in liquids are also heterogeneous mixtures. For example, a suspension of chalk powder in water is a heterogeneous mixture. A mixture containing two or more immixable liquids is also a heterogeneous mixture. For example, a mixture of petrol with water is a heterogeneous mixture. So, in the short, we can write here, a homogeneous mixture is a mixture having a uniform composition throughout the mixture. For example, mixtures of salt in water, sugar in water, copper sulfate in water, iodine in alcohol, alloys and air have uniform compositions throughout the mixtures. On the other hand, a heterogeneous mixture is a mixture having a non-uniform composition throughout the mixture. For example, composition of mixtures of sodium chloride and iron filling, salt and sulfur, oil and water, chalk powder in water, wheat flour in water, milk and water are not uniform throughout the mixtures. In NCERT book, page number 18, question number 2 is, how are sol, solution and suspension different from each other? Sol is a colloid in which tiny solid particles are dispersed in a liquid medium. So, in this question, the term sol has been used to represent a colloid, or we can say colloidal solution. These differences we can also give in the tabulated form or in the paragraph form. As we know, a solution is a homogeneous mixture, while a sol or colloid appears to be homogeneous but actually it is heterogeneous, while suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Second difference, the size of solute particles in a solution is extremely small. It is less than 1 nanometer in diameter, while in the sol, the size of solute particles in a sol is bigger than that of true solutions but smaller than that in a suspension. It is between 1 nanometer and 100 nanometer in diameter, while in suspension the size of solute particles is quite large. It is larger than 100 nanometer in diameter. Third difference is, the particles of a solution cannot be seen even with a microscope. The particles of most of the sols or colloids cannot be seen even with a microscope. The particles of some of the sols or colloids can, however, be seen through a high power microscope, while the particles of a suspension can be seen easily. The fourth difference is, the particles of a solution pass through a filter paper, so a solution cannot be separated by filtration, while the particles of a sol or colloid can pass through a filter paper, so a sol or colloid cannot be separated by filtration, while the particles of a suspension do not pass through a filter paper, so a suspension can be separated by filtration. The fifth major difference is, the solutions are very stable. The particles of solute present in a solution do not separate out on keeping. While the sol or colloids are quite stable, the particles of a sol or colloid usually do not separate out on keeping. While the substances or particles of suspensions are unstable, the particles of suspension settle down after some time. The sixth major difference is a true solution does not scatter light because its particles are very small, while a colloid or sol scatter a beam of light passing through it because its particles are fairly large. While a suspension scatter a beam of light passing through it because its particles are quite large. So, in the short, we can write sol is a heterogeneous mixture. In this mixture, the sol particles are so small that they cannot be seen with the naked eyes. Also, they seem to be spread uniformly throughout the mixture. The Tyndall effect is observed in this mixture. For example, milk of magnesia or mud. Then solution is a homogeneous mixture. In this mixture, the solute particles dissolve and spread uniformly throughout the mixture. The Tyndall effect is not observed in this mixture. For example, salt in water, sugar in water, iodine in alcohol, and alloys. Suspensions are heterogeneous mixture. In this mixture, the solute particles are visible to the naked eye. They remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. The Tyndall effect is observed in this mixture. For example, chalk powder and water, wheat flour and water. Question number 3 is, to make a saturated solution, 36 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 100 gram of water at 293 Kelvin. Find its concentration at this temperature. So how to solve it? First we will write what is given in the question. Mass of solute, and solute here, the solute is sodium chloride. So mass of solute, or we can say sodium chloride, is 36 gram, that is given in the question. Then another thing which is given in the question, that is mass of solvent. Here the solvent is water and its mass is 100 gram. Now we have to calculate first the mass of solution. As we know, the mass of solution is mass of solute plus mass of solvent. So here mass of solute is 36 gram plus mass of solvent is 100 gram. So total mass of solution will be 136 gram. Therefore, we know the formula of the concentration of solution for mass by mass percentage, that is mass of solute divided by mass of solution multiplied by 100. So here it is 36 divided by 136 multiplied by 100. So the result will be 26.4%. In NCERT book, page number 24, question number 1 is, how will you separate a mixture containing kerosene and petrol? Difference in their boiling points is more than 25 degrees Celsius, which are mixable with each other. Here, as we know, if the difference in the boiling points of two mixable liquids is 25 degrees Celsius or more, their mixtures can be separated by the process of simple distillation. In this case, the difference in the boiling points of two mixable liquids, kerosene and petrol, is 25 degrees Celsius. Therefore, a mixture containing kerosene and petrol can be separated by the process of simple distillation. This can be done as the mixture of kerosene and petrol is taken in a distillation flask fitted with a thermometer and a water condenser. On heating the distillation flask with a burner and the petrol having lower boiling points distilled over first and collected in a suitable container. Kerosene having higher boiling point distills over later and collected in the another container. Here we should be careful that petrol is highly inflammable. It catches fire easily. So, in the short we can write a mixture of two mixable liquids having a difference in their boiling points more than 25 degrees Celsius can be separated by the method of distillation. Thus, kerosene and petrol can be separated by distillation. Here in the picture we have to show how is the apparatus set for the distillation. On page number 24 NCERT book, question number 2 is name the technique to separate first butter from curd. So butter from curd can be separated by centrifugation. Second, salt from seawater. As we know, we are using the technique of evaporation for separating salt from seawater. Third one is camphor from salt. As we know, camphor is a sublimable substance. So here we can use the technique sublimation. In NCERT book, page number 24, question number 3 is what type of mixtures are separated by the technique of crystallization? As we know, the mixtures containing solids in which the impurities may be either less soluble in the solvent or more soluble in the solvent than the solids are separated by the technique of crystallization. For example, the impurities present in impure copper sulfate, common salt and alum, etc. can be separated by the technique of crystallization to obtain the respective pure substances. So here in the short we can write, by the technique of crystallization, pure solids are separated from impurities. For example, salt obtained from sea is separated from impurities. Crystals of alum or fitcurry are separated from impure samples. In NCERT book, page number 24, again question 1 is classify the following as chemical or physical changes. First is cutting of trees. Second, melting of butter in a pan. Third, rusting of almirahs. Fourth, boiling of water to form steam. Fifth, passing of electric current through water and the water breaking down into hydrogen and oxygen gases. Sixth, dissolving common salt in water. Seventh, making a fruit salad with raw fruit. And eighth is burning of paper and wood. As we know, the physical change is a change which is temporary change in which no new substance is formed. The composition of the original substance is not altered after the change, though certain specific physical properties may be changed. While in the chemical change, a chemical change is a permanent change in which the identity of the original substance is changed and new substance are formed. This new substance has different property than the original one. So here, if we discuss about the above conditions, cutting of trees is a physical change because there is no new substances formed. Melting of butter in a pan is also new substance is not formed, only the state is changing. So it is also a physical change. Rusting of almirah, here there is the chemical reaction between the iron and the environmental moisture and oxygen. That's why it is a chemical change. Boiling of water to form steam, it is also only the change in the state and not the new substance is not formed, so it is a physical change. Passing of electric current through water and water breaking down into hydrogen and oxygen gas. Here new substances, hydrogen and oxygen gas is formed, that's why it is a chemical change. Dissolving of common salt in water, that is also only a physical change. Any new substance is not formed and we can separate them by the evaporation technique. Making a fruit salad with raw fruits, that is also a physical change, because during the making of fruit salad we are only just cutting or changing the shape or size. Burning of paper and wood is in NCERT book, page number 24. Another question number 2 is, try segregating the things around you as pure substances or mixtures. As we can see, so many things around us, likewise tap water, milk, naphthalene balls, sodium chloride, air, gold ornaments, ice cream, steel, distilled water, diamond, steam, kerosene oil, alum, salt solution, brass, alcohol, vinegar, graphite, wood and baking soda, and so many other things we can see around us. We can segregate these things as pure substances or mixtures, likewise naphthalene balls, sodium chloride, distilled water, diamond, steam, alum, alcohol, graphite, baking soda, these all are the pure substance, while tap water, milk, air, gold ornaments, ice cream, steel, kerosene oil, salt solutions, brass, vinegar, wood, that are actually the mixture. So in the short we can write pure substance, example water, salt, sugar are the pure substances. We can also add some more substance like naphthalene ball in the pure substance. Mixtures examples we can give like salt water, soil, wood, air, cold drink, rubber, sponge, fog, milk, butter, cloths, food are few of the examples of mixtures. So students, like the video and share the video with your other friends. Also subscribe my YouTube channel NCERT Science Mantra to get the new videos, and I will give the link of my other videos in the description box. Thank you.